Welcome back to the channel, lads and ladies, and welcome to the last video before update 1.91. RIP to all of the replays that have been sent in, and I haven't found time to record yet. I might be a little bit obsessed with Mountain Blade, so I apologize. I know a lot of you guys sent in some really interesting stuff, and I just haven't launched War Thunder for like 2 weeks. So here we are back in the game. In fact, here's Big Yin showing more than Big Yinner's skills here as he takes down his first foe, a Tiger 2P in his T-44. Now, this is, I think, the regular T-44, which would have, correct me if I'm wrong, the 85mm cannon that you find on the T-34-85 or something along those lines, which would explain why Biggie has decided to bring along 10 rounds of APCR. You never know, we're going to need that extra punch to go through the turret front of, say, a Tiger 2H. Yet another P variant, riposting nicely, bouncing that APHE round off of the side of its turret. Biggie not quite able to get the shot that he needed there, yet still playing rather aggressively, going for that one anyway. And of course, we're obviously in a night battle, and this will significantly be the last night battle you see before update 1.91 launches tomorrow, probably the day this video is coming out. And we'll have to say goodbye to the way night battles are now. As Gaijin have stated, they plan to make night battles darker so that their night vision technology can shine all the brighter, and Top Tier is going to see lots and lots of night battles, I'm sure, as those of you who haven't ground through in the first 5 minutes of the update to get the higher rank modules, to get the better form of night vision devices, the light amplification devices, the thermals. Well, you might be just out of luck as you face off against people that have much, much better technology than yours. It's enough to make one wonder, how much money does Gaijin get on a new patch? It's gotta be insane, because I'm gonna drop a significant amount of cash. Glances at unhappy wife on the couch behind me. On the new premium jet that's coming to the American tree, the Scorpion, looks absolutely gorgeous, and it should fare well at 7.3. And yet we're here to talk about Biggie. As was that a artillery explosion right next to him, or was that just some kind of scenery blowing up there? Either way, Biggie unfazed as he looks for more targets, and the replenishment of the ammo storage covers up all of his useful stats that we would see. There is a Panther, and is that a second? Yep, looks like a Panther 2. Not looking Biggie's way. Turn that cheek just a little bit more. Thank you so much for that one-shot kill. The second Panther, the first Panther, if you know what I mean, fires its shot somewhere in Biggie's direction, but Biggie aims for just the right spot to take him down, and then gets taken down by a flanking enemy that he probably, I think he saw him at just the last second. Respawning in, what is this, a PE2, I think? It has the 4, again, I think they're 1,000 kilo bombs. Not quite sure on that one. The skies abuzz with aircraft, both ally and enemy, as he opens up with the 20 mils, getting some hits on an enemy fighter, but not taking him down. A common occurrence when you're using those Soviet 20 mils. They're not quite so strong in terms of high explosive filler. Their armor penetration qualities are quite good for a 20mm cannon, and so you tend to deal more damage with the AP than the HE, as Biggie drops a very large HE, his first bomb on the enemy, what's it called, the Coelian, a vehicle that will become more and more rare on the ground of War Thunder as the double, what's it called, double 37 takes over. Double Ostwind, something like that. Ostwind 2 Electric Boogaloo, as another bomb we see there tumbles off the rack and takes down another enemy tank, this time a Panther. Quite a number of these 6.0, 5.7 German cats strolling about the night air here, and yet their meowlings cut short abruptly by the high explosive payload that Biggie has brought to the party. Even better than pizza, if you ask me. A third bombing run, this time switching briefly to bomber's view. A little bit too close for comfort, as I think some of the splash from that 1,000-kilo bomb caught Biggie on the way out. He has a very short fuse on his bombs, looks like it's around 1 second, if that, so a close bombing run like that is quite hazardous. I really feel like the self-damage zone of bombs was increased with the last major update, and we'll see what happens to it. Probably no changes in the next. Another low pass sees a, yes that is, a Panther 2 get destroyed nicely. Biggie, having used all 4 bombs here, is pretty much done and about to get finished off by an enemy Focke-Wulf, what appears to be a Focke-Wulf. He gets a little bit of a shot, but not enough to take down his foe, a recurring theme at this point. And yet Biggie still engaging in the air battle, paying attention to targets on the ground, and with a lot of things happening in the land and the skies of, what is this, Berlin at this point. So, interesting, exciting gameplay. Can you imagine flying over a battle like this with night vision devices? We will soon see. Biggie, with his sharp eyes, takes down an enemy Werble with a nice spread of USSR brand 20mm ammunition. The high explosive dealing significant damage inside the Whirlwind's open fighting compartment. So I guess they're not quite so bad after all. We hear an enemy aircraft. I can't spot him, but now is a good time to switch to the defensive gunners out. There he is, as Dushka opens up with the old double dish, and yet not able to get the hits that he needs, being sprayed by, I'm not quite sure what that was, but we hear the critical hit alarm as he appears to have sheared off the wing with that heavy machine gun fire that the defensive gunners on Soviet bombers are so famous for delivering. One shot can be so fatal with the incredible armor penetration and damage qualities of the Dushka heavy machine gun. Deciding that it's time to leave, he jumps out of the PE2 and back into the OG bias machine. The T-44 is a fantastic medium tank, checking all the boxes that you want in a medium at a low profile, high mobility, punchy gun, very good frontal armor, decent turret armor with minimal weak spots and maximum utility to the vehicle, decent mobility, and faring well in all aspects, exceeding in hull armor. It is a fantastic vehicle to use, and one that I haven't spent as much time as perhaps I should. Yet, hitting the overlapping part of the Panther's turret, he manages to not make the connection that he needs, and yet the cloud of swarming Soviets will have their satisfaction on the disabled German cat. I can assure you of this. Biggie, with already 9 kills, 1 in the air, 8 on the ground, 4 or 5 of them in the PE2 at this point, and a very good display of how Soviet CAS can work out quite well for you if you play your cards right and use that ordnance to the best of its ability. Getting a nice side shot on another Panther, this one with the Schmalturm turret. I think that was the Panther F, not sure if that wasn't perhaps the Panther II. Looking at the engine deck, I think it might have been a Panther II, but I didn't get enough of a look at it. The thing was exploding while I was trying to identify it. With 10 kills already, Biggie has shown us a match of non-stop action, and what else can I say? The man is doing quite well here. These night battles tend to give you a little bit more opportunity to advance without getting sniped, and Biggie taking advantage of that as he goes from position to position, finding enemy units as they are either camping in the wrong spot or pushing through the wrong area. He's had a lot of luck here, but you could also call that good tactical positioning, as he has commonly been in the right place at the right time. And of course, his flight of that Soviet frontline bomber was absolutely perfect. Now that he's chosen to respawn in a medium tank, even to jump out of his aircraft and spawn into a backup for the T-44, he's definitely made the right decision, as he's much more able to turn the tide of the ground battle here, something is very necessary. If you look at Biggie's position on the map, he is in a great position to flank enemies as they push toward his allies, which is exactly what he's doing, getting that beautiful side shot on the Tiger, taking it down, as is the common occurrence when a Tiger gets shot flat on the side, especially against the powerful, punchy, high explosive filled Soviet 85mm cannon. Another beautiful side shot on the Tiger, and I need not readdress how very deadly that is when you're using APHE rounds, especially the chonky Soviet version. Nice shot on, what was that, an Ostwind, taking it down, detonating internally, and also causing the ammunition to explode. A Whirlwind as the Germans coming back in their AA respawns. The Whirlwind, the Ostwind, both fantastic ways of harvesting spawn points to be able to get back into something that can turn the tide of a battle a little bit more effectively, as we get a side glance from the clever decal on the turret of the Whirlwind, the tower as it were, and yet not able to make the difference that it needed to make. Those German AA players not getting a chance to catch air targets or ground targets unawares and shoot them out of the airs. So Biggie doing a big favor to his team, taking down those AA, as if they do start to cluster, they can really drain a lot of spawn points from your team if people are in aircraft. Against tanks, because of their battle rating and the battle rating of this battle, at this tier, the German SPAA aren't so much tank destroyers, but the Whirlwind can still do some horrible things to weak spots if given the chance. In any event, Biggie up to an incredible number of kills here as he continues to push forward, taking down another enemy SPAA. The Germans desperate at this point, running low on frontline vehicles and paying the price, as all of those Panthers that Biggie took down earlier are respawning in AA and hoping for the best, and the best they do not encounter, as they get love from Papa Stalin 85mm at a time. R3T20 FAHS, the hateful fighting vehicle that fights vehicles at a much earlier production rate than its own, gets taken down as Biggie bounces his first shot of the match. A Tiger pulling a snapshot, not an easy thing to accomplish successfully against a T-44 under any circumstances with the Tiger's gun. Although, if he does manage to hit you on the flat part of your turret, the turret cheeks next to the gun, you are pretty much guaranteed to be dead. A favor that Biggie offers up to the Tiger himself. Rest and relaxation in the hangar, my dude. Better teams next time. As no doubt players are frantically researching the German vehicles that will be no longer available for research with update 1.91. Of course, it will be too late. We did not save the mouse by the time this video goes up. RIP, and may it live on in our hearts. New players to War Thunder will not know the legend of the tank that never should have existed, but becomes such an object of desire and stupefaction in combat games like this. It feels like the end of an era, and yet it's always the beginning of something new. The 5.3 Tiger isn't doing all that well, is it? I think that was actually the 5.7 variant, but against the T-44, you have to be the one who has the tactical advantage. Generally, the first shot wins. As we hear a bomb coming in from somewhere, sounds like it's off to our right, and Biggie has gotten up to 18 kills at this point. Absolutely ridiculous as he weaves in and out of good flanking positions. That bomb's still falling. Was that a PE-8? There aren't many people that'll drop a bomb from that high, but we all know about the PE-8 nuke, something that's existed in the same state in the game for ages, and yet seems to be so popular lately. What's that all about? I always loved that thing. I honestly wish that more bombers would have access to Grand Slam style bombs the way the PE-8 does, as Biggie takes out yet another Panther, and my goodness, welcome back to War Thunder, Toshio. Welcome to a 20 kill game brought to you by Biggie, and to all of you, welcome to update 1.91 by the time this video comes out. I will definitely be flying my American jet for a while and presumably enjoying it quite a bit. I'll probably play it in Tank RB so that I don't have to face myself constantly, as I'm sure the Scorpion is going to get spammed out quite a bit. But stinging like a scorpion and taking no prisoners, Biggie in here with 20 kills and 2 deaths, showing us the proper way to win the war. Anyway guys, as things wind down here, can he get that last kill on yet another Panther? Aiming a bit too low there, encountering the terrain. Strongest armor in the game, along with spaced armor, that is teammates. A side shot into the turret, and one more should be enough. Biggie lining up the shot. It's going to be difficult to go through the turret. He aims low, but doesn't have the right angle to punch through the hull armor of the Panther. Only 20 kills, and the match is over. Hope you guys enjoyed that one, and hope you enjoy update 1.91 and the future of War Thunder. I'm excited to see what the future holds. Catch you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.